Hey guys, this is Demo. I'm going to give you a quick introduction to Crowfall. I know that when it's a little daunting coming into a new MMO, and a lot of other tutorials are like 30 minutes long and YouTubers give every nuanced detail of the entire game. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to condense everything so you can get in and start playing. I'm tired of this game getting terrible reviews from YouTubers that don't even get past the tutorial. Lazy peon. Played 3 days and didn't beat the tutorial. So I want to simplify this for you and all your friends and all your future friends so you can bookmark this, give it to your buddies, and say, this is how you start playing. It's real easy, real simple. So I'm going to get started. I recommend watching the entire video before you go ahead and get playing. Step 1 is create a character. Unlike other games, in Crowfall, races and classes actually matter. An assassin is really good in one-on-one scenarios, but they're terrible in team fights. On the other end of the spectrum, Frostweavers are great in team fights with their big AoEs, but they're terrible in single 1v1 combat. So that takes me to my next suggestion. If you don't have VIP, I highly suggest getting it for 1 month. It does a couple different things for you. First, it gives you unlimited skips. You can skip the bullshit new player experience, which is the tutorial, which you have to play every time you level a character, and it takes several hours, and go straight to level 25. The hard cap is level 35, but the soft cap is level 30. So you go straight to 25, you do a little bit of grinding, learn your character, and then you go into the PvP at level 30, the important PvP at level 30. Within 2 weeks, I had 6 level 30 tunes with good gear. Step 2. Forget what you know about traditional MMOs. This game does not have dailies. It does not have quests. It has overarching goals and is driven by 2 factors, PvP and crafting. The content from this game comes from the players. It comes from the drama, the politics, the shit-talking, the ganking. The teamwork is what drives this game. It is a very social game. Gear cannot be repaired, thus gear is fluid. You can be super geared one day and not geared the next, which is a turn on for some, a turn off for others. You risk your gear to get better materials, to feed your crafters and your guild, and that progresses you further. Generally, people don't go backwards in progression. You work together with your guild, and as long as you're being successful, you can gather those resources and improve. That's the drive of the game, teamwork. Step 3, head into the temple and look for this bookcase to boost yourself to 25. This skips the new player experience, aka the 6-hour tutorial that most YouTubers don't get through and would otherwise need to use a boost book if you don't have VIP, which is very expensive. Now let me quickly cover builds. Each class has 3 specializations that dictate your abilities. Then within the specialization you have 3 domains. This can be thought of as a subclass. It sounds complex, but you realize after a little bit it's pretty simple because you have all these stat blocks that are in every single build that take up a lot of points. But then you get into music archer and music dirge, right? So you have 2 different classes, but they have the same subspec. Once you figure out what spec you want to run by either following the link in the description or finding a YouTube channel or video of some sort that you want to head over and pick up your disciplines that can be found here on the map. If this is your first character, you won't have gold. You can get gold by doing the new player experience, which sucks. Or you can ask a friend, or you can join our guild, Running Dawn. We will give you the gold that you need to skip that pesky tutorial, but I'll talk more on that later. Alright, step 4. Now that you've got your spec and your disciplines, you want to finish leveling to level 30, which is the soft cap. Eventually you get to 35, but that's a long process that I won't cover in this video. To do this, you're going to go into your first zone. You're going to look for these portals and go into one of the middle ones. Once you're in, you're going to look for a camp that looks like this, and you're going to farm mobs for golden experience. This is going to help you learn how to play your character, and as you progress and as you gather gold, you want to continuously bank, because if you die in this zone, you'll lose 50% of your gold. Once you progress to God's Reach, which is the next zone, you'll lose 100% of the gold in your inventory. Once you get to Faction v Faction and Dregs, you'll lose everything in your inventory that is not equipped. So right now your goal is to farm up 1,000 gold per discipline. Depending on your race, you're going to need between 4,000 and 6,000 gold for all of your disciplines, and you need 1,200 gold for your mount. Once you gather all the gold and gear that you need, you're going to head into the Faction v Faction or the Dregs. That's guild versus guild. Step 5 is Faction vs. Faction or Dregs. Faction vs. Faction is for guildless players who compete on a grander scale, while Dregs is the real endgame content with the best resource nodes, where your guild competes directly with other guilds. You need to be careful there because your only allies are the guilds that are in your alliance or your guildmates. In either mode that you choose, there is an import token restriction. What that means is you can only bring in a certain amount of items into the Dregs. At the end of every season, Everything in the dregs in faction vs. faction gets exported out to the standard world. If you've ever played PoE, it's a very similar system. The bank exists specific to that realm. The game allows you to bring in 30 tokens for dregs. The disciplines can be imported for free, but any piece of gear takes a token, and you only have a limited amount of them, so be careful because they are valuable. At this stage of the game, I highly suggest finding a guild. You can look on Reddit, Discord, or in the leaderboard of whatever mode you've chosen to look for an active guild. Do not be discouraged from joining a smaller and up-and-coming guild because there's a lot that you can get done with a smaller group. And I know that a big criticism of this game is that Zergs run and do everything. That's not true. I run in a smaller group myself, and we have lots of fun. Smaller guilds are often more willing to coach and train newer players and help them get acclimated because they want more members. If you're still looking for a guild at this point, you can always join Running Dawn. You go to runningdawn.com and get the Discord link, or you just follow the link in the description below. And we're running a special promotion where if you join and you mention this video, we'll give you a couple thousand gold to buy your initial disciplines so that you can get right into leveling and farming and skip that really pesky never-ending tutorial. So that's it, guys. There's still a lot to learn. I haven't covered crafting in any way, or the free city, or a million other different things in this game, but if you're looking to just get in and have fun, I hope this was informative. Go in, find some friends, come out of your little hidey hole and be social. I promise that it will pay off. This community is very small, but it is excellent. Welcome to Crowfall. I hope you enjoy this game as much as I have. Now go PvP.